Country singer Niko is no stranger to speaking about his past, something he happily does in hopes of inspiring others. Now Niko is getting set to launch his own non-profit called Happy Cowboy Foundation, which will raise funds to help provide therapy to those who can't afford it. Even as a young child, singer-songwriter Niko knew the path he wanted to take in life.
I've always wanted to be a musical artist, and very grateful that that has worked out the way it has.
Born in Tyler, Texas, but raised on the outskirts of Atlanta, his was a close-knit family, and it's an early memory that inspired the path of his life.
I remember being like 5 years old and watching my dad perform in a club and just thinking that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life, and that's what I want to make my life about.
By his 20s, Niko was playing in honky-tonk bars across the region, honing his skills, but never seeming to fully hit his stride.
And I even remember playing a Mexican restaurant one night and a little kid walking up to me while I was playing. I thought, you know what? Hey, he's digging it. That's good, right? And after I got done playing the song, I was like, hey, man, what do you want me to play? I'll play anything you want to hear. And he goes, oh, I'm good. I just want some gum. And I was like, what? And I realized I was standing in front of a gumball machine. And he just wanted to get to the gumball machine. So that was a brutal moment for me. I remember riding home that night thinking, dang gum, like, I got beat out by bubble gum.
Many would have called it quits, but Niko gave himself one more chance. 6 months dedicated to music before moving on to something more practical.
It wasn't but a couple of months later that Zach Brown was in a bar that I was playing, and he saw me playing, and that completely changed my entire life.
The two hit it off, writing a song together the very next week.
And then he asked me, did I want to go on the road with him and the band, start writing songs with them on the road. And that started a 12-year span of me full-time being on the road with the Zach Brown Band, writing songs with him. So I like to say that I got my PhD in Zach Brown Band University.
Niko made his way to the home of country music, Nashville, Tennessee, where he began writing songs with major country acts.
I started spreading my little songwriter wings and writing for other artists like Morgan Wallen, Dierks Bentley, and other people.
It seemed like an easy ride, right? But no one's ride is totally flat and smooth, even Niko's.
You know, growing up as a kid, I think always had this low level, I guess you would say, hum of anxiety that was always kind of in the background, you know? It wasn't like I couldn't live my life, but it was always there just nagging at me, you know? And as I grew up, life became more complicated, and in the roller coaster that is all of our life experiences, we have our own unique ups and downs, right? Well, when I hit my down moments and life got a little more complicated, that hum got a little louder, and it got to the point where it got really, really loud, and I need to go talk to somebody, you know? And so, feeling just so grateful that I was able to get help.
Niko's song Better Days captures his attitude about positivity and has a close connection to his understanding about the importance of mental health.
I came to the idea of this song because people are always asking me, man, are you always happy? And of course not. You know, I'm a regular person with regular emotions, you know. And for me, life is a kaleidoscope of emotions, right? For all of us it is. And happiness is just one of those things, you know. What positivity really is positivity is that when you're in the hard times of life, you're still holding on to the faith that better days are ahead.
Niko isn't just inspiring people, he's putting his money where his mouth is, literally.
One of the ways that I really wanted to cement that with the song was I donated that song to my nonprofit. The nonprofit's called the Happy Cowboy Foundation. And what it does is it helps people get therapy that are looking for it but can't afford it, super simply. So anytime anyone even hears the song Better Days, they're donating to help someone else find happiness again, which I think is just a really cool thing.
In its first month of release, Better Days raised over $100,000 for Niko's nonprofit, providing help for all kinds of people in need.
There's a lot of reasons why a person might need to go talk to somebody, you know. You might have lost someone close to you. You might be a kid getting picked on, you know. You might be a soldier coming back from war and dealing with some intrusive thoughts, you know. There's a million different reasons why. And for me, I just think it's a really important thing to help each other in this life.